Arsenal Fan TV. You know what? When Arsene Wenger came out yesterday and he said what he said about the fans, the first person I thought about was you.
Thank you very
Because
much.
you did say the other day about him being accountable. What did you make of that? I mean, what did you make of the protests, everything that went on today?
I just think from what Arsene Wenger, I think could have made it a lot easier by just saying, look, I haven't got things right this season. I can rectify it. I understand the fans' frustration, but he didn't say that, which was a bit heartbreaking for a lot of fans today. But I just want to say a couple of things about the support and everything today. Because you go into that ground today, because you go home and away, doesn't mean to say you're a die-hard Arsenal fan. There's lots of fans that don't go to the games. They're just as passionate about Arsenal Football Club as we are, Robbie. You know, and everybody's got an opinion. And I think the opinion should be respected. Today, the fans have said, you know, realistically that they want Arsene Wenger to stay. You've got to respect them for that. You know, my opinion is different to theirs. You know, I go week in, week out. I see the football.
So just going back to that, so do you reckon today that was almost like a bit of a vote of confidence for him in the majority of people in there were kind of behind him? I wouldn't say fully behind him, but kind of behind him.
It's a bit ironic that he slagged off the home fans through, you know, like saying, you know, the results have not gone for the home fans. It'd be very interesting to see what the away fans think about that. As you well know, they're a lot more passionate than what these guys are here, you know. So, but at the end, you know, you have to look at it today, and you know, Arsene Wenger has got a lot of respect from the fans, and you know, there is that. What he has done in the past, you know, I'm one of those. You know, I don't want to see him being sacked and things like that, but I do feel that he should be accountable. This, you know, what was it like first half today? Come on, it was absolutely dreadful. It was dreadful. You know, our first shot on target was our goal. You know, it wasn't a good performance today, but you know, we've got the 3 points. But you know, there's a lot of things going on today, and I just feel that, you know, I'm glad today. I didn't see no trouble going on today, which is fantastic, because I've seen when we go away from home. You've seen it, Robbie, the fighting in the stands and fighting, you know, outside and everything there. Today that weren't there, so you know, I'm pleased about that. It's gone off. But look, everybody's got an opinion. You know, I've got an opinion. People might think it's not right, but at the end of it, you know, today the fans have said that they you know, respect Arsene Wenger, and that's fair enough. You know, I haven't got a problem with that.
What's he got to change?
I just think he's got to change the mentality of the team. You know, like looking at it today, you know,
because you don't, you know, we say it's the same really performance we saw today that we've been watching at home all season.
Exactly.
Where basically we're not scoring many goals, which is a thing that we used to do, score a lot of goals. We're not scoring a lot of goals now. We're overplaying. We're just not putting away. Teams like Norwich, we used to put these sort of teams away. We're just not doing it at the moment, are we?
3, 4, 5, 6 seasons ago, and in Wenger's pomp, 5-6-0. Today it's 1-0. It could have been 0-0. You know, I look at their team today. They've set up today, and they're going to get relegated, Robbie. You know, that result today is probably going to get them relegated, and it was stale. There wasn't really much movement going on. Like, you know, I have to say that Sanchez was not at his best today, and because he's not at his best, we don't look at a side that's going to break down teams. You know, again today, you know, how many crosses did Giroud have today? You know, if you're going to play him, put some crosses in. You know, if you're not going to put crosses in, don't play him. You know, it was side to side, the same old, you know, and they've defended well. I'm not going to, you know, but they've been working on that all week because they know exactly what Arsenal are going to set up to do. And, you know, the end of, when I look at it today, Norwich, you know, we've got to be playing teams that are going to be a lot better than Norwich, you know, and it's happening all the time. But, you know, we've got the win today, so everybody's a little bit more happier, and because you've got a win. But again, you know, that wasn't convincing today. I think, you know, I just want to say this: everybody's cheering on Arsene Wenger, and this is how fickle fans are. At half time, did you hear all the booing going on? Like, you know, there's some people that are going Arsene Wenger, then they're booing him. You know, it's all about results. That is what it comes down to, Robbie. At the end of the day, it's about results. If you continue to win, everybody will be happy. But if you continue to not performing, if you start losing games and then performing like that, people will get restless, and that's exactly what's happened today. You know, that was as poor a game as I've seen. You know, is that worth the money today? No, but But because we've won the game, people are a little bit more boisterous, a little bit happier, and that's what football is. And that is it in a nutshell, Robbie. It's a results business. Arsene Wenger's got the result today, and we're all happy because we've won. But in the long term, are we going to have another year of seeing football like that? And there you go. But at the end of it today, the fans have got an opinion. The opinion in the home fans is that Arsene Wenger's the man, and you've got to respect that. I'm not going to fight somebody because they don't agree with my opinion, and vice versa. And I think everybody's entitled to opinion, Robbie.
Accept this, blood, yeah, and I will do all I can, blood, yeah. I swear on my two pickney life, dog. You understand? I will do whatever I can, blood, to get this man out, fam. I will take it.
If he turns it around next season, though? I mean,
blood, he can't turn it around, fam.
You feel that's it?
Nah, blood, he needs to go, fam. Him, yeah, with the comments he made, yeah, he shouldn't have even been on the bench today, blood. How dare you blame the fans, blood? We were quiet for 12 blood clot years, fam. Yeah? 12 rotted years, blood. And you have a nerve to tell me that big egos are trying to manipulate Arsenal fans. No, they're not. Piers Morgan knows what he's talking about, blood.